I started this Warrior series back last July, so we have about 6 months worth of lessons. We've got 10 of them, and these lessons are designed to help you understand what it means to live as a warrior. Okay. Now, in between those lessons, we had 11 books that I reviewed to create a lesson out of that, to draw out the learning lesson from other perspectives. In this lesson, number 11 and number 12, the next one, I want us to zoom out and review what we've done so far. And I want to give you a specific mental training tool that's foundational to your developing your mental training. In this lesson, number 11, I'll give you a mental training tool for the mind. And in number 12, I'll give you a mental training tool for the body. The concepts so far, just a few of the major concepts. Number one, the importance of having a goal. If you don't have a goal, then you're just going to be wandering around aimlessly in life. You're not going to end up anywhere meaningful. So here in our mental training, our goal is to be impeccable warriors. Now, that's a goal that is impossible to achieve because it's always in a process of getting better at being impeccable warriors. Now, what I mean by impeccable means you're flawless in how you use your attention, and you can sense that you're not going to be able to do that 100% all the time. So that's the goal. It's important because it gives us a direction. Another concept is creating and developing a free mind. A free mind, if you remember from a previous lesson, is a mind that allows attention to flow freely as the situation changes. And the situation is always changing in life. So you need a mind that's adaptable to that. And as you create this mind, it helps you move in the direction of being an impeccable warrior, that goal. Another important concept is death as an advisor. We had this tool about imagining that the death sits on your left shoulder. So it's always with you, always a constant reminder to focus on what's important. You know, in other words, knowing that you could die in the next moment or today or in the next day or next week helps you cut through the petty things that you might be doing, the unimportant things that you might be doing, things that you're doing that's wasting your life instead of really focusing on what's important for you, that can create meaning for your life, to create a life that mattered. So death as an advisor, really important concept. Another one is honoring your warrior spirit. And what that means is you're honoring challenges, you're honoring stressors instead of, reacting to them. You honor them because, first of all, that's just like how life is. Life is full of challenges and you grow through them. So you want to honor those challenges and then have the courage to engage them in incremental steps and then make the warrior's choice to move in that direction. That's going to help you create that free mind and move toward your goal of being an impeccable warrior. Another important concept is developing a code of behavior. A code of behavior helps you determine what you're going to practice and then have the discipline to practice it. So developing a code is really important. And the final concept I'll share for this summary is self-leadership. It's important to know that the majority of people are just reacting to the natural tendency of the mind to seek comfort. They don't have a goal. They're just reacting to what the mind wants for being comfortable in this moment. And for you to notice this and not just follow along with how, other people might be reacting to the mind's tendencies. You need self-leadership, knowing that goal, and then you direct your comfort-seeking mind toward that goal. So you're still seeking comfort, but you're doing it in the direction of stress that stands between you and your goal. Self-leadership is really important. So you need that goal. You need to develop a free mind that helps you move in the direction of that goal. You need to honor these challenges, and you need a code of behavior to discipline yourself, to make the practice and lead yourself. In this lesson, you're going to have two drills. One is a drill that helps you notice how the mind reacts to stress, so you can develop that awareness. And then number two is the mental training tool for the mind, and it's going to be redirecting attention. I've introduced this drill in previous lessons, but this one's going to be a little bit different and a little bit more, not complex, but it's got more to it for you to understand how this redirecting attention master skill works. So here's the drill for number one, developing more awareness of the mind's tendencies. You're going to hold yoga pose, warrior two, for 3 minutes. That's the intention. You're going to notice what's going on up here. Developing awareness of like what goes on in your mind when you subject your body-mind system to stress. Okay. You can have all kinds of thoughts coming up. Some thoughts are going to be about wanting to quit the stress. Just want you to notice what's going on up there, nothing else. So you set the timer like on your phone for 3 minutes, put it where you can't see it, and then get into the pose. To get into the pose, plant your feet firmly on the ground. Then shift forward so your front leg is 90 degrees. Make sure you maintain an upright posture. Stretch out your arms, elevate your head, and then look with your eyes over your front arm. Focus on relaxing and breathing into the pose to help process the stress. Okay, after action review. Did you hold it for 3 minutes? Or did you stop before that time? And if 3 minutes was easy for you, well, set the timer for 4. I want you to get into the space where you start noticing some quitting thoughts in your mind. Okay. What kind of thoughts did come into your mind? Were they thoughts about quitting? What kind of sensations did you notice in your body? Like obviously probably feeling some stressors and some tensions that maybe trembling in your body that is making it even more challenging. Did you make any adjustments to the pose, like subtle adjustments to help deal with the stress? The point is that the mind will react. I want you to experience the mind saying no and you staying with your intention anyway. Here's the drill number 2. It's called dualistic meditation. So the intention is to focus your attention on an object. An object can be the breath, or it can be like a cup. Got my nice Warrior's Way cup here. Or it can be something like a candle flame, okay? So you're focusing your attention on that object, like on that object. Notice when your attention gets distracted, typically it gets distracted into the mind, dwelling on thoughts, thinking about something. You notice that, and then you redirect your attention back to the object. You have these different kinds of objects, the breath, the cup, or the candle. And this is what's called a dualistic meditation, meaning that it's a subject-object relationship. You're focusing your attention on the object of breathing. The subject, you, is focusing attention on the object, breathing. If you're doing a cup or a candle flame, then it's you, the subject, focusing your attention on the object, the cup, or the object, the candle flame. Now, what you're doing is you're creating a flow of attention. A flow of attention. For the breathing, you're creating a flow of attention from up here, down from the subject down toward the object of the breath. If you're have an object like your cup, you're creating a flow of attention out of the mind through the eyes to the object. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to get distracted. You're not going to be able to keep attention on the object. You're going to start thinking about something. Thinking about, well, when will this exercise be over? Or I got so many other things I need to do today. You notice when attention has left the object of focus. In other words, it's dwelling up in your mind, and you redirect it to the object. So remember, the mental training goal is attention focused in the moment on the task. So everything we do has to address attention, and we need to understand more about how we can move and shift attention so that it can be where we want it to be focused, where we need it to be focused. This concept of the flow of attention is really important here. You can experience creating the flow of attention out of the mind through the eyes to the object. And then you can notice when that flow reverses and then redirect it back in the direction that you want it to be. Know the flow of attention and then redirect it to that flow. So, after action review on this drill, do you understand this concept of projecting your attention from the subject to the object? You're the subject, this is the object. It's the subject-object dual relationship. Did you notice the flow of attention change? Did you change the flow of attention? This is a foundational skill for your mental training. And it's foundational for being able to create a free mind that can move you in the direction of living as impeccable warriors.